24 minutes after the hour, y'all. There's a disturbing story out of Charlotte about a young girl, 25 years old now. Same age as my daughter, just touched home, who went on a trip to Mexico with her friends and never made it back alive. Maria, you got the story.
Yeah, Shanquella Robinson went to Cabo with a group of 6 quote-unquote friends. I don't even like using that word to describe the people that traveled with her, but she was found dead in a hotel room less than 24 hours later. Now, these friends called her mom and said she died from alcohol poisoning, but Rickey, an autopsy showed her neck had been broken and her spine was cracked. Now a video has gone viral showing her naked, being beaten up by her so-called friend, one person, in a hotel room, and it is very disturbing, Rickey.
Yeah, that's sad. Special K, the question is, and here's the conversation that we having in the studio. Can the American government or prosecutor or district attorney anywhere in the United States charge them when the crime was committed in Cabo?
Okay, so I looked it up, and according to this legal site here, it says if one American is murdered by another American in Mexico, where would that jurisdiction fall?
Come closer to the mic. Say that again.
It said the jurisdiction of an American killing another American in Mexico is governed by the laws of that foreign country. It says that any crime committed in Mexico is governed by the criminal law of that country, regardless of the nationality of the parties. So, is there any possibility of legal action in America in this case? They said it's possible, but the action would be civil rather than criminal. It's possible for the family of an American murdered abroad to sue another American who is responsible for a wrongful death. But a successful lawsuit would only lead to a monetary award, not imprisonment. So speaking to our attorney friend Glennon Threatt when we was off air, he said that it's kind of a legal limbo kind of situation because it's up to the Mexican authorities to pursue it.
Yeah, bring on Glennon and Brett. What were you about to say, Brett?
So these people that were standing there and the people that were just watching and recording and the girl that did this horrible crime, they can't be extradited back to Mexico? They can't be ordered by a judge from here and have to get extradited back to Mexico? Or does our government have to reach out to Mexican government? How does this work? Because this is...
That's the legal limbo that we're talking about.
Let Glennon answer that. Glennon, did you hear that question? Good morning, first of all.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming on. Answer that, Glennon, for us.
There is a United States statute, which is 18 U.S.C. 1119, that allows the prosecution in the United States of murders or crimes that occur outside the country. And it is only used when the country where the crime occurred does not prosecute. So if Mexico decides not to prosecute the people who eventually be charged with this, then they can be charged with murder in the United States. There's been about 110 instances where that's happened in the last 30 or 40 years. But it's a rarely used statute, but there is a law that makes it a criminal offense.
Really?
Yep.
So how long? So the United States have to wait for the Mexican government? How long does it take? What is the process from what you know? How the Mexican government move? Is this going to be months, years? How does that work? And can the Mexican government come to the United States? And is that what you were saying, Brett? And get them and take them back to Mexico to prosecute them? Is that what you were saying, Brett?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, well, it depends on whether or not we have extradition rights, an extradition treaty with that country, because they have to be in an instance where the person cannot be prosecuted in the other country or where they've already left.
Now, is there a different type of protocol in how they collect evidence there? Because I'm wondering if the evidence has been compromised, like if they're not mindful that they're going to pursue, a criminal investigation. How does it work in terms of collecting that evidence and using that to charge the people responsible?
Well, now, securing the evidence may be a completely different thing because it depends on what it is. It could be structures or people that are located in the other country, and I don't know if we can compel them to come in for prosecution. But the fact that the alleged murder occurred in Mexico, and it was involving 2 United States nationals, if Mexico declines prosecution, the United States can prosecute in federal court, and they can do it in federal court in Brooklyn, which is where most of these cases are filed.
Yeah, well, they better off going to jail because the internet is not too happy, and people are not happy about this case, and they are really, really mad, and they might be putting their own whole family in jeopardy to do something like that, and then come back and lie and tell the mother that it was alcohol poisoning when alcohol was not even found in the young lady's system. And you can clearly see on the video, which I hate that I know. Looked at that video because my daughter's the same age and be traveling like that. And I'm like, that could have been any of our daughters, our nieces or whatever, going out with their friends, just trying to have a good time. And don't know that girls and people be low-key jealous of you and get you out of the country and beat you up, and you don't have no support, no family, your mom, your dad, your cousin, nobody there. The girl wasn't even fighting her back, and she just beat that girl. Beat that girl like she was a dog.
Yes, and how about the girl that beat the girl? Her Facebook title was an aspiring healthcare professional, Winston-Salem State University. Like, are you serious? Like, and you acting this way? Like, that is crazy. The girl
Huh?
Go ahead.
It's hard to imagine that this crime wasn't premeditated. I mean, they didn't just wake up in Mexico, because this happened the day after they got there. It's hard to imagine that they just woke up in Mexico and decided to beat someone to death.
Yeah. They had some issues with that girl and said, hey, okay, we gonna go to Cabo. We gonna plan a trip. And they all got on the plane, and I think they plotted to beat her. The guy was filming, and the guy was encouraging the girl to fight back.
It pisses me off she didn't fight back, Rick. I don't understand. Maybe she was a little tipsy. Something.
Or maybe they drugged her.
Or I don't know what happened.
Why would the people who were not involved in the murder not tell the truth?
Right.
Yeah. Well,
why are they just standing there? I'm watching it. I'm sorry. It upsets me.
Yeah. I mean, I just hope. I don't care. I don't know, but I just hope that they pay for what they did, and I'm sure, just because they came back, and then all of them went over to the mother's house. And took her cell phone and all of her stuff and left her down.
What?
And nobody. Yeah, they came back to the United States and went up to the mother's house, from what I understand, and they left. Nobody stayed with the body. They all came back.
Wow. Wow.
So that's
and
crazy.
The internet ain't got no chill. They giving out everybody involved. They giving out their home addresses. Everybody wants justice in this situation. This is just mean and just brutal. Like and why is the girl naked? Can somebody help me with that? Like did she?
They could have drugged her.
That's why I'm thinking she was drugged. She was under the influence of something. That just seems so odd.
Yeah, because when the dude told her to fight, Maria, she said no.
Yeah, no, and then she fell down, and she didn't even try to defend herself.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's your body's natural reflex to like at least put your arm over your face or swing back, but for her not to do that, it just seems really odd.
Let's go to the phone lines. 866-9 Rickey. Good morning.
They definitely were not that young lady's friends. They were probably jealous of her. It seems like she was doing quite well with her businesses, and they took her there with the intentions to do harm to her. I live by the standard that, one, you never know how a person truly feels about you, and everybody that smiles in your face is not your friend.
When it comes to friends, my grandmother always told me, you don't have friends. They will cut your throat and suck your blood. My brother was killed by his best friend 20 years ago, and my friend's son just got killed by his best friend 2 days ago. So you have to be a friend. Show your kids how to be a friend so they can be friends.
I believe these young people need to have more discernment when going places with people. I've had 2 vacations where I've had to book a separate hotel room because I felt that a vibe was really off, and I followed my gut. So they need to start discerning who their friends are.
It's terrible. You know, you have those friends that prey on you instead of praying for you, and you have to understand that everybody's not your friend.
All right, so my thing is, a lot of people now, they travel for the purpose of social media. They want recognition, and they want to show that they're at certain destinations to make it seem like they're bigger, but they actually are in real life.
They need to be prosecuted, and all of them need to spend the rest of their lives in jail to have killed that girl, got back on the plane, and come home knowing that they had murdered her. That was purely murder. To say it was anything other than that is ridiculous. It is utterly ridiculous.
And ain't no way in the hell I'm coming back to the United States.